You want to see what happens when KCDC Designs and RK3 Designs team up in Memphis, Tennessee? Join us and enjoy the video.
All right, so now we're ready to template. We're gonna use 1-inch foam board for the walls. As you can see, everything here that's red, that's where the shower panels are gonna go all the way around, and it's gonna follow all the way around the tub. So what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna go get a piece of foam, and we're gonna start templating from this outside corner and work our way around. Okay, now that I got everything cut, just to give you a couple pointers on when you're doing the showers that have these rock tiles, I guess is what you could call it, is on the back side of this, I put a little 45 bevel angle, and I'll show you here in a second. But as you can see, when you bevel that back edge of that 1-inch foam, that's gonna give you a little spacer, and then it's gonna give you a better reveal on the front of that foam panel. And then so now I got everything ready to go. That cut looks good, my floor looks good. Now all I'm gonna do is make sure that it's butted up against the wall and I'm pretty straight. And then I'm gonna hit these two pieces. You can see here, that gave me a perfect mark right there. And so I'll put the drill bit on there. And then also, you could see where I beveled this edge. And then that just gives you a lot more room for the rock to be uneven. You're gonna get a better reveal when you do that. Okay, so let's cut the holes. And there's the first panel. Okay, so I'm gonna splice this little piece to this big piece. But because when walls are not straight, you can see on the bottom, it's sloping up a little bit. And if I left it straight, it's gonna be off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim that bottom piece and make sure that that looks pretty good. And then all I'm gonna do is just butt this up all the way over. And then we're gonna trace the line, and then we'll cut this. Well, I'm gonna put this behind this piece and then score it, and then we'll cut on that line. Go about 1/2 inch. All right, so now I got it up against the wall where I want it. This other piece is gonna cover this. So all these little imperfections right here is not gonna be that big of a deal. So now I have, this is square up to where it needs to be. And so now I'm just gonna trace this all the way down. So then I'll cut this line off. There you go. What we'll do is we'll just tape this up, and then we can pour it all at once. Okay, so as you can see here on this, where they red guarded right through here, it's gonna come down, and we're gonna follow this line, maybe go a little higher than what it is, and we're gonna put a rock edge all the way around this tub. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get another 4x8 sheet, stick it up here, score my lines for where the window's gonna go, and then I'll have one here, and then I'll bring another piece in here, and then here we're gonna put a seam in the panels. That way we'll pour this piece all together, and then from here, that way it'll be one piece, and then it'll be another piece that goes on the front of that tub. So let's see how it works. I think it's gonna fit. There it is, like a glove. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put a 3-foot piece, because if we go anything bigger than that, it's not gonna fit through the door. So let me cut a 3-foot piece, then we'll make this little jog in there, and then we'll cut this kind of close to fit. I might just leave it long, and then we'll come back and trace it out here in a little bit. Here goes the next piece. And there it is. So now what we'll do is we'll scribe the window out and then we'll follow this down. All right, I think that'll work. So our next piece that we're gonna have to cut is going to be, have to be 35 inches. And then what did we say it was, 6 foot? 76, 3/8. Now we could go a quarter. All right, so we just cut out the hole for the faucet. And so now I'm gonna mark this piece. Oh yeah? And voila. Like a glove. Spot on. Okay, as you can see here, I finished up the wall. I got it over the tub surround. Now we're gonna go and make a panel for the front and the side. And then we still have to make a piece that goes on top. So, then when it's all said and done, you can see it's a pretty good sized shower. Okay, so you can see we got the panel cut for the top and we got all the panels around. We got all the shower panels ready to go. So now all we're gonna do, we're gonna find the center of this, figure out where the drain's gonna go. We'll trace around there, put the tub upside down, trace that out, then come in about an inch, inch and a half, and then cut it out. So I guess let's see what happens. Okay, now that we got everything mocked up, as you can see, we got the tub cut out and inserted. Everything looks good. We're gonna put a 1/4 inch round over on the top and bottom of the base here. And then what we're gonna have to do is put the rock edge on the top. As you can see here, we got this nice rock edge ready to be done. We'll do that. And then on the top of the shower, we're gonna put the rock edge all the way down over here. And then we're gonna put a rock edge on both sides of this top. There's gonna be a faux beam coming up from the floor all the way up 9 foot, and it's gonna go across to this back wall. And then, so we're gonna leave this flat so the wood can fit up nice and flush with this. All right guys, so now I finished the rock edge all the way around. As you can see, we did the top and down the side, all the way around the tub. We're gonna Bondo, and then we're gonna get ready to put the epoxy. So we're putting the Bondo on this rock edge. And the main thing is, less is more on this. You just want to barely cover your edge. Make sure that you get it and you push it in. And once you figure out kind of your technique on how you want it, the rock edge is really simple to do. What I like to do also is make sure that I get Bondo on the front face of this. So then when I sand it, it's going to give you more depth versus if I just did it right on the edge. The good thing today is it's kind of cool outside, so we got to hurry, but we're not that big of a hurry. I'm going to make sure that we get a good coverage on this.
All right, so we kind of have a little pour station going on here. Keith's going to be doing the mixing, and then he's going to hand the bucket off to Susan and I, who's the homeowner, and she has picked her colors that she wants to use. So what we're going to be doing is starting off with Resin Art and Spice Ginger and Clementine. These are both products that you can get from Artist Till Death on their website. Then we're going to have a bucket that's got white, and we're going to be alternating as we pour throughout this whole project, alternating between the white Alumilite dye and the white metallic. And we're probably going to mix these two just a little bit as well. So every time we mix, it's going to be a little bit different. Then we're going to come in with our brown opaque dye and with our bronze galaxy glitter. We're going to be alternating that with the chocolate truffle from Just Resin. So that, again, we're going to be alternating as we mix each time. Then we're going to be coming in with our brown mica powder, and we're going to put just a touch of black. We want to warm that brown up a little bit. And I'm not sure yet, but we may be adding a little bit of the hammered copper just to kind of give it another tone. Then we're going to come in with some Mystic Moss, just a tiny bit as a hint. And we'll come in with the, what is this?
Seaside should be.
The Seaside. Also, just a little bit as an accent.
Now we're getting to the fun part. So we've taken the time necessary to prep. We've got about 150 square foot of shower panels. We've taken the time to prep, to level. We have a rock edge on many of the edges of our shower panels. So we've have our tape dam created. And with our dirty pour, we're going to be using about 8 ounces per square foot. Because of the size of area that we have, you can see what we've done with a can of spray paint just to kind of give ourselves a roadmap to make sure that we're getting a flow along the adjacent panels. We're not real concerned about following these lines exactly. It just really helps give us a roadmap and kind of keep us on track of what we're doing. You can see the girls back here are mixing up the colors. We're getting ready to go. This is the best part. We're in the process right now of getting the ultimate top coat matte finish applied. Kenny's using the wet roller. I'm following up with the dry roller. Because we have such a large area, you want to be sure and apply enough product. That right there is how you apply the ultimate top coat. That looks awesome.
All right, we have the panels poured. We have already drilled the holes for our fixtures. And instead of making a tape dam, what we did is we went ahead and we taped over the holes that we pre-drilled. So that's gonna allow us to pour the whole panel all in one piece, and then we're gonna come from underneath and pop the holes, as you're gonna see here. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
The tape dams are so difficult to keep that epoxy from flowing down. You can't even tell any tape is there. So now we're gonna get a nice clean hole for our fixtures.
And it should be somewhere in this area. So what we're gonna do is, here it is. It's gonna be right here. And he's gonna pop it through the hole to get us started. And then we're gonna go back down. Okay. And then we'll just go straight from the top. And look, that gives us a perfect hole every time. So now we'll just do that to the rest of the holes. All right, just so you all know, we're using 100% silicone, and you can use the clear or the white. We're gonna be using both on this job just because they didn't have enough at the store. We're just gonna dab it on a few more places, and then we'll put it in. One thing you need to make sure when you're templating is that you can go in and out of the doorways from wherever you're at on location. That way you can get it in and out after you pour it.
So this is why it's a good idea to template on site. So if you're templating on site, you know you're going to be able to get it in and out before you put on your finish.
Correct. That's why we put everything, taped it together, and we took it out just to make sure. Okay, since they're having beams that are gonna be installed later, we decided to put a corner piece out of wood to tie everything together. And we sealed it with UTC so it's waterproof. So all it's gonna do is we're gonna silicone it into the side and it'll tie in perfect.
All right, guys, what do you think? What do you think about this incredible project? Did you enjoy the video? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, all of these products that we used can be purchased on our website, RK3Designs.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're super excited to watch our channel grow. Also, hit the bell for future notifications. That way you guys know every single time we post a new video. Most importantly, remember guys, don't be scared, move forward, and be creative.